he's actually a better brother because, he stuck by me and he made sure that his friends was my friends. But my brother, on the other hand, he always kind of seemed like his way of life was like, here's my autistic brother, and how I just like, I want to be the better brother because I want to be the kind of, I always want to stand out as being the best. And I never had friends on my own until I met you guys. Honestly, I've always had all the friends that were connected to that were best friends with me. They were all connected to my brothers. So, anyways, Andrew comes back as a big shot. He has all this stuff. He has a flat-inch TV. He has a leather jacket with double straps. He's been splurging his money off of the Navy, just getting all this awesome, cool tech. Like, he's been getting all this stuff, and he's been living on the boat. So I got jealous. I mean, but I was like, maybe my brother would share this happiness. But at the first year, my mom, when he got back, one night he just like came in, he accidentally set off the alarm, and my mom said, "You're not going to be doing this." And so she drops him off at my house. So when he got home, he noticed that his friends were gone, and he hanged out at my house for about a year. And at the time, it was cool. I mean, it was just me and him. We were renting movies like crazy. We stayed up all night one night. It was before he got the car, and he started changing. The first thing that the first year, first couple of months, it was near in the cold spring weather. It was awesome. It was the day when I was off. We stayed up all night, and I had a weekend off. This was before receiving had the weekends off, the full weekends. But in the end, he wanted to hang. He still wanted to have that feel. He told me that one of his stupid fucked up dreams was, I want to try every drug once. And I looked at him like, oh, that's a bad idea. And so what happened is that he started turning into this asshole. He sold, one day I just saw most of his stuff was gone, like all his tech, and he sold it to a pawn shop for drugs. One day I asked him, I said, "Where's my sword?" It was supposed to be on the coat rack, like you told me to, because you told me to put it on there. My mom told me to keep believing in your brother. And I'm like, you both should stick together. I'm like, and I just couldn't bring it to tell my mom that he's a fucked up loser, and this fucked up loser is staying at my house. I didn't have the balls at the time to tell him to get the fuck out, and then it got worse. He started bringing girlfriends home. They found on these horrible websites. Basically, he was looking for a tail, and he was hanging out with Basically, one of the times that was actually a good time, and he was keeping his bad life a secret from me. Like, one day when we went to see the movie, what was it? I think it was the World's End, the beer movie. I didn't know that he was in the parking lot fucking a girl that he hasn't seen in like so long. She has a boyfriend, and the thing about it was even more weirder is that he knew that he was fucking her, and he paid him $300 just to say, "Hey, I fucked your girlfriend, but here's $300. Sorry." And then all of a sudden, like he was one of those, "Oh, yeah, that's cool." I'm like, that's cool. That's cool from a Navy officer, a retired or someone from the Navy fucking your girlfriend. That's no. And so So I just ignored it because I'm thinking, this is Andrew. This is a player mode. Then he started bringing girls home. And they started living with us. And the first girlfriend kind of like disappeared. I don't know what happened to her. All I know is that she was in Greenwood and she just disappeared. And the second girlfriend stayed. And I knew exactly, I found out what her story is. She's trying to get back home. And Andrew was willing to help her just in exchange of fucking. So, this girl, I know that there was some heart with this girl, but she was kind of being twisted into Andrew's game in a way that basically, my brother, like for twice, we went out to eat. Oh man, sorry bro, forgot my wallet. You mean you left it on purpose? And I had to pay for two full meals because the fact is he forgot his the last one, the second one. I told him, I said, don't forget your fucking wallet. And he goes, don't worry, I'll bring it. As I walked out, he goes, I'll be waiting in the car. I unlocked the car and I was going there. But as soon as I walked by, I could have sworn I saw him talking to her. And she's like, I think we should pay for her meals. And I heard him whispering, saying, don't worry, we got this cool. We're cool about this. We have this thing. We have to do this. There's 5. I'm like, but you're fucking your brother. Or basically, she was trying to change him, but you can't change an asshole. An asshole was always going to be an asshole. He's gonna mess someone up unless he ends up learning that unless you put him somewhere else, somewhere where there's filled with assholes, and they're like, hey, fuck you, man, and then like, oh, fuck you too, and then like, I stole $100, that's okay, I stole $200 from you, I guess that makes us even, kind of shit like that. And it's and I don't mean to diss a state, but I kind of feel like where he belongs right now is probably in California. Not saying that everyone not saying everyone where he lives now is assholes, but I'm pretty sure his skateboard want to be dragged, smoke heroin, kind of fucked up person in his life. He's already got the system, and he's already got it in his system. He's already messed up, but he's trying to run away from his problems. And you never run away from your past. You always have to confront it. That's why I was hoping that he comes back. So I want to fight him. I want to get one good punch in his face before I basically forget him. When I figured out that he was just using his special older brother, his autistic older brother, he took my kindness and he tore it into pieces. He sold my coin collection that was an heirloom passed down. My grandma spent years traveling around the world collecting coins and dollar bills. I mean, there were $100 bills in there, and they were old, like they don't even exist anymore. And I had Queen Elizabeth's, old Queen Elizabeth's, and I mean the paper is thin, and they were in there, and he just sold that. Like I said, he didn't care about my feeling of trust. And I started every day I got home, when I was living with him, I felt like I needed to play Minecraft. I bought Minecraft for that basic reason. In the end, the last straw, and I trusted him a little bit more because I knew that there was a good side of him. We no, he turned into this. There was nothing left of the old brother that I knew, the brother that I knew as a kid. He was that Andrew is dead. He's gone, and it was this new Drew, is what he calls himself. He doesn't call himself Andrew. And you know why? It's because his dad named him Andrew. Andrew bitched at Lucy and said, "Why are you making us do all this shit? This is summer. We're supposed to be kids. We're supposed to have fun." And she's like, I'm having you do all these chores so you don't do something bad while I'm not at work. And she's like, she doesn't really trust us. And I'm like, I'm cool with that because we're kids. We were kids left alone in a house in the middle during the day. That she trusts us enough for that, and that was good enough for me. But the thing about it is, it wasn't good enough for my brother, and so he got like really angry. She got angry, and then she smacks him in the face, and she tells him, "You don't like the rules in this house? You can go live with your mother. Get out!" And this is the one thing I hate what my mom does. She uses me as an example, like, "Moms, what do you do? What do you do? How do you handle this?" Oh, no. And at that point, I try to give an example. But you know what? What's good about getting an example to an autistic kid that always kept his head down at school and just did his work? She called me and she told me that $700 has disappeared from my bank. I'm like, she goes, "Do you know anything about this?" I'm like, "No, but I think I know where it went." And as soon as I got dressed real quick. I stormed out into the hallway, into that room, or into the living room where him and his girlfriend were sleeping on an air mattress. And I'm like, "Wake up!" I shake the bed. I kick the bed. I was like, I was screaming at them. I told them, like, "Get the fuck up!" And I told them, I said, "You know what? And guess what? Mom called. She told me $700 has disappeared. You want to tell me about that?" And and I'm like, I can't even. I was so red. I couldn't even. My aura was so red. It was about to turn like fire. Like I was ready to just I wanted to kill them right there during the morning. But I had to get out there so bad. I even took just for the fact that I'm pissed. I started slamming the fridge, just like, and I just took my lunch that was in the fridge. I just started slamming it, drink from the gallon, just threw it in there, and I was like, "Well, I gotta go to work because apparently you don't really care about me. So fuck you, I'll talk to you later." And I just walked to work, and that day was when my heart broke, when my brother, I'm like, "You are no longer my brother. You are just a sibling that I just don't give a fuck." I'm like, "You are a mistake."
If you could, like, say something to him that he would hear right now, what would you say?
I want my fucking money back. I want the money that he owes me, plus an extra expense of $2,000. $1,000 for him, and $1,000 for his girlfriend that dumped him as soon as he got over to her house, because I knew that was going to happen. He did not listen to his family. He only listened to his dick. It's like kind of like the traveler wandering in the way, and he just shit happens to him. Like, you guys got ants.
You see ants? Oh.
You want me to squish it?
Yeah, go ahead. There's a trash can behind you if you just want to throw it in there.
Oh! Where is he? I'm sorry, I don't know where he went.
That's okay. It's dead. Or dying.
Yeah, dying.